जैसी नहीं, ये तो सोचती है, चुप नहीं रहती, ये तो बोलती है। कपड़े देखो अपनी मर्जी से पहनती है। क्या करें हम अगर बहुत मेहनती है। ऊंचा हंसती है, मौज और मस्ती है, पागल है, आजाद है, हैरत है, बर्बाद है। ये कैसी लड़की है। मैं कौन हूँ, क्या हूँ, कहाँ से आई हूँ। आंखों में अजीब सी चमक भी लाई हूँ। कंधे पे इज्जत की बोरी उठाई हूँ। दुनिया की नजर में बस दूध और मलाई हूँ। हाँ, मैं आ रही हूँ। मैं भी सुबह उठती हूँ, रोज कॉलेज जाती हूँ, जिंदगी में कुछ करने का ख्वाब सजाती हूँ। लेकिन 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 मुझे क्या करना है? सबको मनाना है, हर दम अपनी इज्जत को बचाना है। इतनी सारी पढ़ाई करके मैंने क्या पाना है? रिश्ता ही आना है, कॉलेज तो बहाना है। देखो मैट्रिक तक ही पढ़ोगी, आगे क्या तुम करोगी? उठो बेटा, आंखें खोलो, रोटी नहीं करोगी। चाय दे दो, चाय दे दो, दिल जो पकाए दे दो। ख्वाबों के ऑमलेट में खुशियों को बाय कह दो। ख्वाब देख देख के मैंने क्या पाना है? डिस्क्राइब मुझे करने का एक ही गाना है। हम माएँ, हम बहनें, हम बेटियाँ, क्या है ना, थोड़े से हम इंसान भी हैं। हम माएँ, हम बहनें, हम बेटियाँ, क्या है ना, थोड़े से हम इंसान भी हैं। बच्चे तो सारे पैदा होते ही रोते हैं। ऐसा क्या होता है जब बड़े भी रोते हैं? बेटी पैदा होते ही मौत पड़ जाती है। मैंने तो सुना था बड़े अक्ल वाले होते हैं। थोड़ी मोटी दिखती हो, थोड़ी पतली दिखती हो, बेटा वो भाई है, क्यों कंप्लेन करती हो? बाल लंबे कर लो, बाल छोटे कर लो, कपड़े छोटे कर लो, बुर्के लंबे कर लो। अगर तेरी बच्ची है तो सबसे अच्छी है, वरना फिर वो डैश की बच्ची है। भैया जरा भाड़ में ले जाएं। शादी के बाद तुम्हें अपने घर जाना है। अरे शादी पे अपने घर से कुछ लेकर आना था, अपने घर जाके सारे शौक पूरे करना। अरे माँ बाप के घर से शौक पूरे करके आना था। बस बस बस, बहुत हुआ सुनना, अब मेरी सुनना। अब पता चलेगा कौन है गुन्ना। मेरी अक्ल भी देखो है निराली, चंद वसाइल में जिंदगी कैसे निकाली। जिंदगियाँ बचाती हूँ, जख्म छुपाती हूँ, इसीलिए मैं बिला वजह मुस्कुराती हूँ। बस इतना चाहती हूँ, साथ देना चाहती हूँ, साथ रहकर मैं शनाख्त भी चाहती हूँ। मैं तुम जैसी हूँ, कोई ऐसी वैसी नहीं, पूरी इंसान हूँ मैं, सिर्फ इंसान जैसी नहीं। शाना बशाना काम करूँगी, ये बात तो मैं आम करूँगी। हम माएँ, हम बहनें, हम बेटियाँ, क्या है ना, थोड़े से हम इंसान भी हैं।
Hi, my name is Kaval and I am the founder of Soul Sisters Pakistan. I also produce and host a talk show called Conversations with Kaval, and today I just want to talk a little bit about why I have the conversations that I do. So, ever since I was very, very young, I used to write stories. And back in the day, we used to just have, one of those big desktop computers, one in every house, and those little scratch cards for internet. I don't know if a lot of people still know about those, but they existed. So my sister and I would get half an hour a day of internet time, and there wasn't much at all, obviously. But what I used to do was that I used to write stories on Microsoft Word, and pages upon pages of stories. Sometimes they were fiction, and a lot of the times when I would make other people read them, they would find them a little bit funny. But for me, they were really important because I felt like I expressed myself through fiction. Maybe through the clothes that the protagonist was wearing, sometimes through what they were doing. And writing was just a way of myself communicating to the world and the way I saw it and the way that I would have liked the world to be. So, of course, as I grew up, I felt like telling stories just came naturally to me. And when I turned 14, I started writing blogs as well. Back in the day, we used to have, WordPress and Blogger. And through blogging, you could write an online journal and then expose your thoughts and your feelings to a huge online community and what seemed huge at that time. It wasn't comparable to what blogging is like today, because now it's obviously humongous, but it was still me stepping out of my bedroom into a world that I had never seen or spoken to before. And it's through that step that I learned about the stories of so many other people, because just like myself, other people were also journaling their thoughts, their experiences, and their issues on their blogs. So for me, that was the first time that I started to feel like, oh wow, storytelling can help me reach so many people. It can help me make virtual friends. It can help people understand who I am as a human. And it can help me empathize with what they're feeling. Sometimes I would, of course, write things that weren't okay, or things that were, fairly problematic if I look at it from, my lens now. But expressing them in the form of stories or in the form of posts really gave me insight into what was not right. So for me, that was yet another, realization. Every time I write a story to communicate my feelings, there will be other people out there who might tell me a different way of looking at things, and also express how what I'm thinking may not be the best way to think. So for me, storytelling almost just became, a part of who I was and what I wanted to do in life. However, when it came to my career, I think that that's where my storytelling began to slowly dwindle. Because even though I really wanted to pursue journalism, and I really wanted to, go out there, make documentaries and make, write books, I don't think that my family was as excited by the prospects of doing that as I was. For them, media always seemed like, a shady place. Like, why would you as a girl want to go into media? You don't understand how big, bad that world is. And of course, it's pretty expensive as well. To go into a media school, because for my mom it was always like, how are we going to afford all the equipment that you have to purchase when you're a media student, such as the camera, the lens. So I mean, there was a lot of things out there on the table that they weren't quite okay with, and so I found myself choosing the only option that was left, which was to become a business student. But even while I was studying business, I wasn't really attending my classes. I wasn't even really paying attention in the classes that I was attending. The only classes I did like were the ones where the storytelling or where, writing came into play. So what I would do instead in my economics classes, I would bunk class and I would go to the library and I would switch on the computer, log online, go onto Blogger and write my blogs. And there I wrote about everything, about the teachers, about the students, my friends, school life. And of course, my teachers figured out what I was doing when I was not in class. And, that got me a couple of, bad grades on my report as well. But that didn't stop me from doing what I wanted to do. Then what happened was that as I grew older and I graduated, I slowly began to lose touch of what it was that my childhood dream was. And my childhood dream was to become a journalist and to write stories and to travel the world and, capture people and moments in time and write about it. So I experimented with a lot of different things. I became a makeup artist, I did real estate, I tried a lot of things. And while I was a makeup artist, I started stumbling upon stories again. I would sit with, I would be doing my bridal makeup and be with the girl at her most vulnerable moment, just moments before she's, about to head to her big day, and she would be telling me her story. Sometimes the story would be happy, sometimes it would be scared, sometimes it would be slightly tragic. And that's where I felt like, oh, we as women have no space online or offline in our homes where we can find the support and love and comfort that we sometimes need. And I felt like me as a stranger, I can give that to people. So what if there were lots of people like myself where we could all be there for each other? And so I started Soul Sisters Pakistan, a community where women could just find the support system through, others who were probably feeling or going through the same experiences. And through Soul Sisters, which pretty much flourished in the first few years, I started Conversations with Kaval, because When I read the stories on Soul Sisters Pakistan, I began to find myself again, and I began to find out why I loved stories so much, because I saw people changing when they read each other's stories. I saw how there were members who literally had life-changing conversations in comments just through one person's story. I saw how stories saved people's lives. I saw empathy, I saw kindness. I also saw a lot of fights and controversy, of course. I think a lot of people, even outside of the group, saw it because of screenshots. But, you know, those were things that taught me that, wow, like stories can be powerful. And so I decided to resume what I always wanted to do and start my own show when I got a grant from Facebook. My show was supposed to capture the lives of regular people like myself and tell our stories, but at the same time also share the issues that we face. So ranging from colorism to domestic violence, through the Rishta trolley culture, to other problematic norms in society, the stories talked about all of them. And a lot of people wonder, like, why do you talk about such difficult topics? I just feel like stories can really humanize an issue, and I feel like they really soften it as well. And we as a society really need to start acknowledging that there are a lot of problems that exist all around us. So when we talk about, you know, difficult topics in a more bookish style or in a more textbook style, there is more possibility of A, the audience not understanding what you really want to say, and B, the audience not being able to relate to it, which can lead to a lot of conflict. I feel like when you talk about something in a way that is too disconnected from human life, it just becomes a source of conflict. But when you put an actual person's story behind it, that, oh, like, this is her story, there's nothing you can do to challenge that story. It exists whether you like to believe it or not, and whether or not what you think is right actually exists in her story. So when I released my first ever episode, it was around domestic violence, and I feel like because of the media and because of how casually women are, you know, slapped around in Pakistani dramas, domestic violence wasn't quite perceived to be as important. It's always, you know, supposed to be, oh, it's just their household problem. It was always perceived to be that way. But I feel like once the domestic violence episode was out and it was an actual story of a person who had been through all of it and then come out stronger than ever, I feel like that really shattered the culture of silence that surrounded that issue. And similarly, for other episodes where other brave, you know, women came up with their stories, they showed a very positive side as well of these issues. They showed that if they can do it, why not us? If they've braved through it all, then we can too. So it's not just about, you know, talking about a strong topic or being too like volatile. It's also about the fact that, you know, other people's stories teach us to be strong as well. And they teach us that we too can do it, and that we also have the power to change things in a certain way. Sometimes we have the privilege and sometimes we have to fight for the privilege. But if we try, sometimes we can achieve. So that's how Conversations with Kanwal was born and grew, and we saw over 20 million views in our first 2 seasons. And I think that every story has been so touching in its own way. We've talked about all of the issues that surround us, from, you know, online violence to sexual harassment to child abuse to child marriage, child labor. These are actual real stories, and these are actual things that are happening around. We are now finally on the 3rd season of Conversations with Kanwal, and the show is just doing phenomenally well. This season has been pretty out there because it was backed by my audience. I crowdfunded for the season, and because my audience had seen me for 2 seasons talking about their stories, I think they were pretty sure that this season 2 would be something that they would be proud of. And I made sure that, you know, I tackled things that have never been talked about before. So we're halfway through the season, through the support of the audience, and I think that there is a long way to go. I think that for a very long part of my life, this is what I truly love doing, and Telling stories is what I want to do. These are the conversations that I want to have for a very long time.